with that, let's go back to the book. And here's Maurice de Sax. A man who has a talent for architecture and can design will draw the plan and perspective of a palace with great skill. But if he is to execute it, if he does not know how to shape his stones, to lay his foundation, the whole edifice will crash soon. It is the same with a general who does not know the principles of his art, nor how to organize his troops, for these are indispensable qualifications in all the operations of war. The prodigious success with which the Romans always gained with small armies against multitudes of barbarians can be attributed to nothing but the excellent composition of their troops. Not that I would infer from this that a man of genius will not be able to succeed even at the head of an army of Tartars. It is much, this is the interesting part, it is much easier to take men as they are than to make them as they should be. It is difficult to reconcile opinions, prejudices, and passions. So there's a couple interesting things. I also forgot to point out that he wrote this kind of on a whim, and he actually starts off this whole book he says, "This work was not born from a desire to establish a new method of the art of war. It was composed to amuse and instruct myself." And then one of the last things he says in the book is, "To the readers, I wrote this book in 13 nights. I was sick. Thus it very probably shows the fever I had. This should supply my excuses for the irregularity of the arrangement as well as the inelegance of the style. I wrote militarily to dissipate my boredom." Now, on top of that excuse, right? On top of that, he was a big opium user. So we're figuring he was probably writing this in an impaired state.
Sure.
We're dealing with it. We're not mad about it, but we're realistic. And the reason I say this is because some of the writing is a little bit tricky, and some run-on sentences, and so we have to pull a little bit harder to get some nuggets.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of nuggets, and I think that's one of them. It's much easier to take men as they are than to make them as they should be. And where I look at that as a leader, you get people that are good at something, and you get someone that's not good at something, but they're good at something else. You put people where you can use them. You put people where their skills are most available and where they can perform their duties to the highest level because they're naturally good at it. That's all it's saying. I'm not having you proofread my writing at night, right?
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not.
No.
And I'm not over here trying to make videos.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No.
Right? You see where I'm going with this?
Yes,
so,
you're right.
It'd be easier if you said, you know what, Jocko, when it comes to the podcast, why don't you come up with a bunch of talking, and I'll make cool videos, right?
Yeah.
We kind of did that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people would be listening to you talking about movies from 1988 and comparing them to stuff.
Yeah, very, very clunky.
Which is, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
and then wouldn't you have to expend more resources on your part to coach me up?
Yes,
right? So
and
imagine,
and I'd be trying to make videos, which I can,
and I'd have to coach
which
you
would make
up.
me mad.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No, it would make me mad because it's dealing with computers and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't mind computers, but I don't like them.
Sure, no.
So
yeah. But that's a big part of like why he's saying it though, right? Because it's like you're gonna save yourself a lot of time and headache when you're trying to coach these guys up and stuff.
When you get to the SEAL teams, it's like, oh, you're a small guy, cool, you're gonna be a point man.
Yeah.
You're a big guy, cool, you're gonna carry an M60 or now it's a Mark 48. That's how it's happening. We're not gonna take the small guy and try and bulk him up and make him taller and bigger and stronger, and we're not gonna take the big guy and starve him. Yeah. And send him to Ranger School so he loses 38 pounds and he comes back and like, okay, you're a point man now. No.
Yeah.
Let's use nature. And he talks about that in other places.